We are back, and today we are going to rank every NBA team's offseason so far. So leave a like and subscribe. I took a bit of a break because I was just waiting for something big to happen in the NBA, but nothing really happened. So we're back, and leave a like and subscribe, and yeah, let's look at all these teams' off seasons. So the Rockets, if I remember correctly, they didn't really do anything besides in the draft. So we're just gonna put them in. I don't really care. They really didn't do that much. For the Miami Heat, you guys get a F tier. They needed to do something. Every big free agent they let pass. They couldn't get Caleb Martin back, although that was mostly his agent's fault. Considering that what was it? His agent didn't want to call back or give them a chance to match it, which they very much could have. It was a cheap deal. Next we have the Charlotte Hornets. I mean, it's okay. Like, they don't really have to do that much considering they're tanking. So yeah. After this next year, they should probably try to do something with Brandon Miller and was it Mark Williams? Is he still on the team? Probably. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I don't care about them. Orlando Magic. I'm giving them actually no. They got KCP, so they get a B. It would have been an A if I don't think they overpaid for Franz Wagner, but you got a good shooting guard, a good 3-and-D guy. And yeah, you're a young team, so you just need to grow more. The Toronto Raptors are next. And what do you call it? I'll give them C. Actually, no, I'll give them B. They were able to get Davion Mitchell and Sasha. I don't know if Sasha's gonna play, but they basically got that for nothing. Um, Actually, no, C. They're a tanking team, so it doesn't really matter what they do right now, or at least that's how I see it. So yeah, they could go and see. LA Clippers are F tier. You lost Paul George. You replaced him with some very controversial players like Kevin Porter Jr. and the other guy. I forget his name, but he's not that bad. But yeah, you got the Legion of Evil or whatever over there, and Kawhi. You know Kawhi is gonna get injured, so you did bring back Harden. Um, I don't know. I don't know what the Clippers do from here. Maybe they try to trade Kawhi for some draft picks or something because they don't have their own draft picks until 2030. I'm pretty sure, and that is 5 drafts from now. So, yeah, it's looking very ugly for the Clippers right now and this era. And also, if I was in the Clippers position, I would have done the same trade to try to get Paul George because that many draft picks and stuff was basically to get Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. So I'm not gonna shame them for that. Next, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves. I'll put them in B. They had a really good one. Actually, no, I could put them in. I don't know. They drafted really good. They were able to make a draft day trade. So that's what I like to see. They didn't really have much they had to do. Just wait on developing Ant. And yeah, Ant's pretty much gonna determine what the ceiling of this team is. So as long as you keep a good team around him, you'll be fine. Next is the 76ers. Actually, you know what? No, I'll slide them up to A. The 76ers, I will give them an A plus, not A plus, just an A off season. I wonder if I can make. Let me put one above. Let me put a S tier. Oops, that's stupid. But yeah, Sixers get a A for me. They had a lot of cap space. I'm pretty sure they were like the only team that was contending and able to just sign Paul George outright. And they have built a pretty good team around them. They have a strong seven, I'm pretty sure. And they didn't bring back Tobias Harris. So that's a plus. I don't know why. I thought they would for a bit, but too many ads on this website, Jesus. Yeah, so I like their offseason a lot. The Atlanta Hawks, I'm gonna give them a D. Like, I don't know what they're doing. Um, you passed up on Alex Sarr, albeit he doesn't look that great in summer league, but I think he will be great. You trade DeJounte Murray for really not that much at all. Um, so now you're kind of just stuck with the team that was before DeJounte Murray. You got Trey, Clint Capella, Okongwu. Basically, it's not looking very good. So, you know what? I'll put y'all in F. That DeJounte trade was very dumb. And I don't know why. I feel like they could have got more. Actually, no, you go D. You're not as bad as these guys because at least you did something. Portland Trailblazers, I do not care what they do. They are the worst team in the Western Conference as of right now. They're one of only maybe 2 or 3 teams. I just straight up don't see them competing for a play-in spot. So, yeah, that's how deep the West is, but also that's how not great the Trailblazers are. This is just a development year. Develop Scoot. Make sure he's actually a good player. And that's just the main goal for this offseason. Boston Celtics, they just get an A just because, like, they were able to extend Tatum. They extended Derek White, I'm pretty sure, if I remember. So, the East is going to have to deal with Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Jason Tatum for at least, like, the next 4 years. So, yeah, you got this core. This core has won a championship. So, yeah, just make sure that the pieces around them are good. Not much I can really hate on for their offseason, unfortunately. But the Spurs, I really like what the Spurs have done. I like that they're trying to be semi-competitive in the West, but also not ultra, like, let's try to make the playoffs right now. Bringing in veterans like Chris Paul, because one of the issues I had with the Spurs last year is they wouldn't pass Wemby the ball. Chris Paul is going to get Wemby the ball. And there's a few other guys I liked who they signed. So this is a better team than last year. Depending on how good Wemby is, this team could sneak into like that 10th seed and maybe make a play-in play-in appearance. I don't think they'd make the playoffs yet. I believe next year is when we'll start having playoff expectations for Wemby just because he's that good. But you're still in your, like, all right, let's slow down. Oh, yeah, Castle's good also. He's on this team, I think. Or I'm thinking of another team, but whatever. Milwaukee Bucks, I'm going to put them in. Actually, no. I'll bump them up to see. They got Gary Trent Jr. It's kind of panic mode for the Bucks officially. They've been in panic mode for like the last year, but like it's officially happening now. A full off season for Doc Rivers to instill all his ideologies and offense and defense. So that's a plus. You brought back Gary Trent Jr. over Malik Beasley, I think. So you got a guy who actually plays some defense instead of Malik Beasley. But yeah, I really like that deal. Some people don't, but I think they're just trying to downplay it because it's mostly like Celtics or Sixer fans I've seen do that. But yeah, you really just gotta hope Dame, like last year, was a fluke and he just had mental health issues, so that's why he wasn't performing that well. So I'll give him a C. Not much they really had to do. They were thinking of trading Brook Lopez. I I saw a Brooke Lopez and a first round pick for Jalen Duren trade was suggested at one point. I don't know why the Pistons didn't take that, but that whatever. So yeah, your main goal is just to stay healthy. Los Angeles Lakers, you get an F. Actually, you get a D. Actually, no, you guys get an F. I lied. I was gonna give you a D for getting Net or Knet. I don't know how to say his name. You guys have not done anything with the money Braun was trying to give you guys. That's why he waited so late to sign the extension. You guys are officially in the hot seat because he is signing 1+1 deals now. And he has a no trade clause, so you guys don't have an escape plan. So Rob Pelinka is a terrible GM. Oh my god. They really couldn't do anything. That's beyond me. Don't trade D'Lo because I think you're not gonna get much in value for him, and I think what he can provide for you on the court just outweighs what you would get back for him. So I wouldn't do that. There's not really any big trades or signings you can make right now. They have Bronny. I'll make a video about Bronny later because I do have some thoughts. But yeah, LeBron basically bet a couple $1 million you guys couldn't do anything, and he was right. So you're lucky he's a family man now and he's not ultra competitive or anything. Because oh my god, yeah, this franchise is horrible. They've been horrible since since the Kobe three-peat basically, or since Kobe's injury. They've just been horrible. So yeah. The next is the Nets. I will give them an A because of how much they got back in that Mikal Bridges trade. Oh my god. They didn't even really have to do much. So back like in 2013, 14, something like that, they made a trade. They traded all their future to the Boston Celtics for old Kevin Garnett and old Paul Pierce. They messed up, didn't work. They didn't have draft picks for a while. I'm pretty sure the Tatum was supposed to be a Net, but because of the trade, he ended up being a Celtic. So that's the only real one that cost them. Jaylen Brown might have been too, but that's besides the point. But they were able to actually regroup and rebound. They became a playoff contender 2019, and then KD and Kyrie, they signed there. Mortgaged their future for James Harden and LaMarcus Aldridge, I think. And yeah, it looked like they weren't gonna have their picks, but then they managed to get all their picks back. I'm pretty sure they even got next year's pick back that they would have owed, or this year's pick back that they would have owed. So that's really good for them. They got a lot of draft picks. They're not going to be high draft picks because I think the Knicks will be good for a long time. But they have a good GM. It's just they do a stupid move every once in a while that costs them a lot. Next is the Suns. Actually, no. I give them a D because I personally think they should have just tried to trade KD and Book and get as many draft picks as they can. They're trying to run it back. Got a bunch of C-tier, D-lister players or whatever. So yeah, I don't really like how they're going about this at all. Yeah. D. Pelicans, I gave a C. I don't think they got much better. They traded some pieces to get DeJounte Murray, albeit they didn't give up that much. But still, I don't really like DeJounte Murray as a player. He was bad at defense last year. Hopefully everyone else around him being good at defense like motivates him more. And I didn't like his offense last year either. He would be a second option to Zion on this team. Maybe third to CJ McCollum. I don't know, but CJ's getting old. So, yeah, I don't really like the DeJounte Murray trade for either parties. But Pelicans were good. They just need. Also, they didn't trade Brandon Ingram. It's not like they had to. I didn't really want him to come to the Kings, so I'm glad they didn't. But it looks like they're just gonna keep him. So, yeah, they get a C tier. If they were able to get a bunch of picks for Brandon Ingram, then I think it would have been an A tier because, like, I don't think he really fits that team too much. He's also injury prone like Zion. And also Trey Murphy and Herb Jones, like, those guys. I like them more at the small forward position. So, yeah. Detroit Pistons, I'm giving them an A. They fired their president of basketball operations, I think, or their GM or something. They got a new one. This guy seems like he knows what he's doing. He saw last year Cade had zero spacing, so he went out and got a bunch of shooters. Actually, you know what? I'll bump the Sixers up one. But he went out and got a bunch of shooters, which is what Cade needs. So now you're going to see what Cade could actually look like. You drafted, I forgot who, Ron Holland, someone I wanted to fall to the Kings. Unfortunately, he wasn't going to fall. But I like that. You have Asar Thompson, who hopefully develops a bit more. Oh, what the hell? Okay, anyways. I should get an ad blocker. But that's besides the point. But I really like this. So, you got a new coach, too. I think it was Bickerstaff? I'm pretty sure it was Bickerstaff. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Monty Williams wasn't that great for them last year, so hopefully this one is. You guys do need to stop giving out these huge contracts to coaches because you still owe the last two a decent amount of money. And you're going to owe Monty Williams for the next 5 years, I think. So, yeah, maybe hold back on that. But overall, an A. I want to see what this team can do. Wizards, I will give a B. You're able to get draft Alex R. And I'm trying to think if they really did anything. I'll put them in C. Yeah, I'll put them in C. They didn't trade Kuzma. Please don't trade him to the Kings. But yeah. Yeah. They got Alex R, who is projected to be the best player in the draft. So yeah, you could just automatically get a B. The Denver Nuggets had an F tier offseason. This is one of the reasons I was really itching to make this video. Their offseason was so terrible. Okay, you know what? D. I remember they got Russell Westbrook, who will be very good on backdoor cuts and is just a great cutter for Nikola Jokic. Besides that, this was a terrible offseason. You lost KCP. I'm pretty sure they could have brought him back. He didn't get paid that much by the Magic. But their starting lineup, which was like their strongest point last year, it's gotten weaker because you got to move Christian Brown to it, who is good when he's like a key piece off the bench. But that's besides the point. It's just not a great offseason. It looks like they're fumbling this their potential Jokic dynasty. So, yeah, not great. Not great at all. Just horrible. You really need... I don't know. I just don't like their offseason at all. Diamond's ticking. Windows don't stay open forever. And I think they're really learning that. And next, we got the Dallas Mavericks, an S-tier offseason. They were able to upgrade pretty much every key piece they had. They did lose Derrick Jones Jr. I really did think he was going to stay with them. But they were able to get an upgrade in that too. So, yeah, just a great offseason for them. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Just upgraded your finals team. And, yeah, Real good. Good job, guys. The Pacers. I don't remember what the Pacers did, so they could just chill and see. What did they do? They brought back Obi Toppin, I think, and Siakam signed an extension. So yeah, that's about C. I'll give them B. Yeah, just to make it more even. Golden State Warriors, you get an F. You lost Klay Thompson for nothing. Albeit that was probably the Clippers' fault because he couldn't get the Paul George sign-in trade. I saw a report you guys value Podziemski over Kuminga, which is very stupid. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just that low on Podziemski. He seems very controversial with Warriors fans. Some people love him, some people despise him. But yeah, you're valuing your young guys too much. And Kuminga could leave after next season, I'm pretty sure. Same thing with Moody. I might be tripping, though. So, that's besides the point. Just terrible offseason. You're wasting Steph's last year's. Now, I don't want him to win any more championships because I think he's won enough. But, yeah, it's just sad that a player like him won't be guaranteed a playoff spot anymore because of how good the West is. So, yeah, that sucks for them. Utah Jazz. I don't care what they do. I'll be honest. They didn't really do nothing. They do help sign and trades. Yeah. Yeah, sure. It doesn't really matter. I will give the Cleveland Cavaliers an A. I made a video about them, how I was concerned about their future and how important this offseason was. I do expect the Darius Garland trade to happen soon because they committed to Donovan Mitchell. They brought back Evan Mobley. He needs to really develop his offensive bag if they want that to be, like, good. Like a good contract. But, yeah. I don't know. They just brought back pieces that I liked. They're not trading Jared Allen. So, overall, actually, you know, you could go B. It's not like they really improved that much. OKC probably had the best offseason of the whole league. Their weakness was rebounding and size. They got Isaiah Hartenstein. They were the number 1 seed. First year in the playoffs last year. So, yeah, just huge for them. They still have all their draft picks. They got Alex Caruso for basically free. You turned a non-contributor in the second round, Josh Giddey, into Alex Caruso, who could at least hit a three-pointer. So, yeah. Phenomenal offseason by OKC, and they're going to be here for years, so get used to it. Knicks also had a S-tier offseason. Is Mikal Bridges really worth that much? Like in a trade? No. But the power of friendship basically is. You're basically paying to have all these guys together with that trade. You also brought back OG Anunoby, which was surprising. I thought he might be able to leave and get more money. But you got him what he wants. Jalen Brunson is taking a pay cut, which is great. I think if I was an NBA player and I wanted to win, I would take pay cuts because at some point, $100 million is still $100 million. So that's still life-changing money. Next, Bulls get a C. Actually, no. They get a D. They got Chris Duarte or whatever. But Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso, they should have been able to get more because they should have traded him earlier. You only got Chris Duarte and pick swaps. I don't even know if they got that pick swaps. But you couldn't even get Kevin Huerter, who I really thought was gone because they were interested. Oh, yeah, they got Barnes. That was the player. But you couldn't even get, like, anyone. You just got Chris Duarte, who is horrible. Yeah. Just a terrible offseason. They're not an F because I like the direction they're going in, which is they're committing to a full rebuild. If they're able to trade Zach LaVine for anything and Nikola Vucevic for anything, then this could be bumped up to B tier. But those mostly just the Alex Caruso trade was stupid. Yeah, that's about it. Memphis Grizzlies. You got Zach Edey. He looks fine. I'm a Zach Edey hater though, so you know. They look fine. You're mostly just waiting for Ja to get healthy. That's about it. So you didn't really have to do that much. Sacramento Kings. I give them an A because I'm a Kings fan, but also you needed a push to the top, and you got a talent upgrade, and the DeMar DeRozan contract's really cheap for a player of his caliber. I talked more about it in my last video. It'll probably be linked at the end. But, okay. I'll put him in B. I still wish they did do more. Like, get more 3-and-D wings. Get a backup center besides Alex Len. But, yeah. So, yeah, this is my tier list. These 4 teams had the best offseason. Yeah. If you couldn't tell, this is based off of what I thought each team should do. So, actually, no, I'll put Kings in A. This is my tier list. So, yeah, this is my tier list for the NBA offseason. Leave a like and subscribe. If any big thing happens, then I'll be sure to cover it. I'll try to upload more. So, yeah, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.